For years, one of the landmarks of Bangkok as you drove in from the airport was a community of people living beside these railway tracks. 500 families lived here. A few weeks before the World Bank conference began, everything was bulldozed. Homes, a kindergarten, a makeshift school.
When it was known that the World Bank meeting was going to be held here, they were advised that they would have to leave. There was a quote in the newspaper, the English translation of which was, one official said they were an eyesore. Now that word went around, people didn't forget that word. A lot of the slum people said, look, we're not an eyesore, these are the homes of poor workers. But unfortunately it was regarded as such. They're very untidy, they're very scrappy looking homes, and there was some kind of thinking at the time that they should be tidied up. And either you build a wall around them or you move them away. And that's what happened.
So the bankers, the delegates of the conference wouldn't see them, is that?
I think that was the idea, yes.
They weren't rehoused. They rebuilt their homes 500 yards further down the line, where they couldn't be seen from the road. An added effect for many of them was unemployment, because in the move they couldn't turn up for work and lost their jobs. One of the reasons the World Bank and IMF chose Bangkok for their conference was that they regard Thailand as an economic model for other countries to follow.
Good morning, welcome to Grand Hyatt, everyone.
Good morning, welcome to Regent Hotel.
This conference seems to us to be what used to be called a media event. To others, it looks like a binge. It's difficult for some people standing back to understand that this conference has to do with helping people who are needy, who are poor.
Well, I've been here almost a week, and I've spent most of my time in meetings, meetings with government officials. We had meetings of our various committees to discuss policies, and I don't come away with the perspective that you have at all. This meeting has provided ministers and governors from all of our members to come and exchange views on how they see the world economy evolving and the needs of developing countries. And I think the thing that has stood out in this annual meeting of the IMF and the World Bank, and that is a pretty strong consensus on what kind of policies work and what kind of policies do not work. I have a sense, I see a sense and hear a sense of optimism about that here that did not exist in the early 1980s. I feel that